Welcome to the hangar. Happy 4th of July. I guess it's happy 4th of July. Kind of a weird divided time in the country, which is very relevant to the 4th of July, I guess, if you think about it. But anyways, I'm not gonna get all political today. Everybody knows where I stand on this. But so I got the Minion Jet here out of the trailer and on its back. So I mentioned it before. This nose door was an issue. It was fine until the gear kind of came up and it cracked it, and then I had to repair it, and it's just been a headache ever since. So if it wouldn't have got cracked and broke initially, it probably would have never been an issue. But because it did, I had to go back and I glue in the hinges, re-glue the hinges because they broke off. And this door is very long, and it is flimsy, especially without the two pieces perfectly laminated. And I've had to do a little bit of fixing and repairs a couple times just to get it to stop breaking. I've heard people that just take it off, but I'm not going to do that. I think it looks good with it on, and hopefully I can get it working. So the problem I'm having, because it's a servo actuated door, and because the servo control for the door is in the middle, when the door closes, what I think is happening is, because this is curved a little bit and it doesn't sit perfect, that when it's down and up and you're flying and you pick up speed, it starts flexing and pulling this thing open in the front and back. And the servo is not being overpowered because this servo is way more torque than you need, but I think it's just flexing the door. So a couple of theories to this was to put some kind of locking mechanism once it's up, and ultimately, if this doesn't work, that'll be my next step. I've had people mentioning like make this more rigid, which the only way I could do that would be to cut a channel and run a piece of carbon fiber down the middle here to keep it from flexing. But that's a lot more difficult, and I think this is going to be an easier thing to do. So I'm going to try some magnets, some earth magnets put one here and one here. So when the door closes, it's got some force holding those points together, and hopefully that'll be enough. Somebody mentioned just cutting some air on the door, and I never really thought about that. But if it is a pressure problem, if the door's being sucked open, I guess if, like the F-18, if you put some openings in the door, it's less likely to open it up. But if it's an airflow problem that's pushing that open, then maybe this will help. So we'll see. So what I've done is I've taken some G10 material here. There were basically some old mounts that I had. This what T1 sends with the F-22. It's just a way to mount in their back rails depending on which motor you had, and I never used them. So I cut the ends off of them and used two here. Here's one and here's one. Roughed them up with a scuff board. Got some epoxy glue in right now with some clamps. I had to put some lubrication on the clamps to keep them from sticking, and it should be about there. It's still a little green. I used the quick drying epoxy from BVM. So when that's done, I'm going to drill. First of all, I'll put the magnets here in the thick area, so that'll kind of give it something to bite to. So I'll just take a Dremel, however you want to say it, and cut a little circle, push it in, glue it in with some high sol on both points, and then I think I'm going to try putting the magnet just on the back side of this G10 material, so that way they're not touching. And if that doesn't, it needs a stronger magnet at that point, because it's still pretty strong to pull apart. But if that doesn't work, then I'll just cut a hole in here, pop the little magnet off, cut a little hole in, and then bring them up to where they touch, glue it, and then, but I'm not trying to break anything, just trying to give it a little extra holding power when it's closed. So that's what I'm doing today before I head out to the pool. drink some beverages and relax. It's a hot day out there. Whew. Finally got some heat. No rain for the next, no rain yesterday, no rain today, no rain tomorrow and Sunday. So it's going to be a great weekend. So anyways, and tomorrow I won't be able to do anything because we'll be out on the lake. But, so I'm doing this a little bit today, but nothing crazy. Big ass jet. It's actually too big. You know, I didn't realize exactly how big this thing was. Because I wanted this one because of this way this setup is. The wheels, you don't have to worry about, like my last one, if you put the wheels up to put it away, you couldn't get the wings off. So you'd have to, I gotta either air it up and power it up, or put something there to pop the lollipop on the locking cylinder to get the gear down if you forgot about it anyways. And this one was going to be, being as big as it is going to be kind of a pain anyway, so I wanted to be able to leave the gear on it without having to put the wings on or take them off, you know, that kind of stuff. So this makes it easy. It just is a lot bigger than I thought it was about a 3 meter jet. Sorry, I can't talk today. But it is actually bigger than that. So, yeah, oh well. And it flies like a big guppy. It almost is. I'm gonna try some more throws. I think I have all the throw I can get in the ailerons, so I might put some elevator roll with it to kind of help speed up the rolls. Plus, I just don't go fast with it. I mean, heck, I fly around at like 60%, and that just seems like it's honking when it goes by, because it's got a 300 in it. And everybody said, you won't be happy without a 300. I'm like, eh. And in retrospect, you know, like a 260, you know, 290 would have been plenty, you know. So maybe down the road, if somebody comes out with like a 260, 65, 270, some kind of odd power range, you know, kind of mid-range between 250 and 300, I might throw something else in there, just because I only have the one tank in, and it burns so much damn fuel with that 300 that I really have to be careful. I can't just like relax fly with it and fly like 8 minutes and land, still have fuel. I have to, you know, fly like 5-ish, 6 minutes, and then I got to be ready to land because it's getting close to the bottom of the tank. So, I mean, I can add another tank, but I was trying to avoid all that. So maybe someday another efficient motor will come out with the same thrust, and I'll pop it in there. But that's it for now. But yeah, I will update you guys this. I am going to try my best to get more flying videos this year. I have a damn camera that I can strap to my head to film, you know, my flights, but that's kind of hard because you just don't know I'm busy flying. I don't know what I'm looking at or what the camera's looking at. But I'll definitely get some video of people flying this year to put on the channel for Kentucky and then Georgia. But I say that every year, and I end up too busy to do it, but we'll see. So you guys take it easy. Have a good 4th of July, and don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. And if you guys have any things you'd like to see, questions, please, man, that's what this is all about, is ask away. I'll make videos on anything specific. If you're new to jets and you need help with something, I have built so many jets at this point, and I've been in it long enough that if I don't know, I can't help you, I pretty much know somebody that can. So that's kind of what it's about and what the channel's about. So you guys take it easy. Again, have a good 4th of July. Stay safe. Don't blow your fingers off. My wife's an X-ray tech, so she always sees some crazy shit the week after the 4th. So you guys have a good one. Cheers.